Good morning, Sham Stars. In previous presentation, we discussed about competent host organisms under the heading of Chapter 11 Biotechnology, Principles and Processes. In this presentation, we will be discussing about processes of recombinant DNA technology. This slide shows different steps of DNA technology. First of all, isolation of genetic material, DNA, which is enclosed within the membrane. After that, cutting of DNA at specific locations, joining of DNA fragments, insertion of DNA into the host cell, and selection and screening of transformed cells. So we are going to discuss these steps one by one. Isolation of genetic material. DNA exists within the cell membrane along with other macromolecules such as RNA, polysaccharides, proteins, and lipids. It must be separated and purified, which involves enzymes such as lysozymes, cellulase, chitinase, ribonuclease, and proteases. After isolation of DNA, cutting of DNA at specific locations. It is done by using restriction enzymes. The purified DNA is incubated with the specific restriction enzyme at conditions optimum for the enzymes to act. Restriction enzymes are also known as molecular seizers because they are used to cut the DNA at specific locations. Isolation of desired DNA fragment is carried out using agarose gel electrophoresis, which we discussed earlier. Next step is amplification of gene of interest using polymerase chain reaction or PCR. In PCR, multiple copies of specific DNA sequence are made in vitro. PCR technique requires a DNA template, which is a double-stranded DNA that needs to be amplified. Primers are small chemically made oligosaccharides of about 10 to 18 nucleotides that are complementary to a region of template DNA. And enzymes used, that is DNA Taq polymerase, which is obtained from the bacterium Thermus aquaticus. Now this slide shows steps in PCR, that is polymerase chain reaction. Number 1, denaturation. It is a denaturation of double-stranded DNA. It is carried out by applying high temperature of 95 degrees Celsius for 15 seconds. Each separated single strand acts as a template for DNA synthesis. The next step of PCR, that is annealing. It is carried out by two sets of primers, which are added in the reaction. They anneal to the 3' end of each separated strand. Primers act as initiator of replication. Third step is extension. It is done by DNA polymerase by adding nucleotides complementary to the template in the reaction. These steps are repeated many times to obtain several copies of desired DNA. So this is amplification of gene of interest using PCR. Next step is joining of DNA fragment into a vector, which requires a vector DNA and source DNA. These are cut with the same endonucleases to obtain sticky ends. Both are then joined by mixing vector DNA, gene of interest and enzyme DNA ligase to form recombinant DNA. And after that, insertion of recombinant DNA into the host cell. It occurs by several methods before which the recipient cells are made competent to receive the DNA. If recombinant DNA carrying antibiotic resistance gene, for example, ampicillin, it is transferred into Escherichia coli cells, the host cell is transformed into ampicillin-resistant cells. The ampicillin-resistant gene can be called a selectable marker. When transformed cells are grown up on agar plates containing ampicillin, only transformants will grow and others will die. In almost all recombinant technologies, the ultimate aim is to produce a desirable protein, which we will discuss in the next presentation. Thank you, Shem Stars. That's all for today. You can drop your queries on Google Classroom. Take care.